Siemanko, witam wszystkich. Chyba gdzieś za tekstury znowu wlazłem. wywieziemy to.
We need to make a plan. Camelot will soon figure out something's not right.
Don't fret. To the Dolriada, honor matters more than life itself. We gave you our word.
But do you realize taking this temple was a terrible idea, right? It's just gonna speed up Camelot's intervention.
Taking the temple was inevitable.
Why? What do you mean? Are you trying to provoke Camelot into invading? Or do you just not like the All-Mother?
We believe in the same goddess, but we call her Mirror.
That doesn't answer my question. What do you want? You don't look like you're from the tribes. How did you even get in here?
Whoever he is, I cannot say he lacks courage. We don't usually take visitors, so he must have found a way to get here. Well, that seems to be a matter for the Horns of the South. I do not need to be involved. I trust you to know what should be shared and what's best kept to yourself.
I don't know what kind of madness brought you here, flashing that pin, but my friend's right. You've got courage. So tell me, who are you and what do you need from me? Conspiring? Don't be absurd. That's such a poor word for something so beneficial. I don't see, however, why I need to explain myself to a stranger. And not a very sharp one at that. If you're wondering why the commander of the largest garrison in the south would want to make a deal with the most powerful military force since the Age of Legends. Ha! Good luck with that. Only King Arthur can wield Excalibur. Every fool on Avalon knows that. Ah, Caradoc. Well, that changes things. I had a feeling that pin you're waving round were his. Fine. Yes, every new captain gets a set of secrets passed down from his predecessor. And yes, one of those secrets is how to touch Excalibur and survive. But nothing in life is free, you know that. Do something for me, and I might consider sharing our greatest secret with you. Galahad the Pure is breathing down my neck, and I hate it when somebody's breathing down my neck. Even worse, One Eye's men says he's already set up camp at our old stronghold in the west. In theory, the Horns of the South should be on an equal footing with the Round Table. But that's just theory. In reality, they treat us like we're beneath them. They demand we supply them with food and protect the South, and all we get in return are threats that Galahad will be sent to put us in our place. I met him once. He's no knight. He's a butcher. Bloody windfucker will fly from Camelot to the Horns just to hang half of the garrison for whatever he himself will perceive as disobedience or treason. And, I can assure you, there won't be any investigating when he arrives. Oh, he's got a lot on his conscience. He leaves a trail of fire and ruins everywhere he goes. He keeps preaching that fire purifies all. Galahad doesn't bother with politics, because he doesn't have to. But from what I've heard, even Camelot's getting tired of him. Sometimes you've got to talk to people. No need to chase after them with a bloody torch. You'll see soon enough how fanatical he is. Galahad's the last thing the Horns of the South need right now. Don't tell me you're that naive. Do you know how he earned the title The Pure? It's because he somehow got it into his thick skull that evil is everywhere, and the best way to deal with it is to burn it all away. So, he goes round setting everything on fire. I mean, yeah, sure, it's pure after that, because there's nothing left. Well, except for the charred corpses. But nobody in Camelot seems to care about those. My arse is purer than this guy, even after I take a huge dump. Galahad needs to die, obviously. That'll solve most of our problems. We'll just say he had an, well, unfortunate accident. I don't know, fell on a pitchfork or something, and sweep it under the rug, yeah? But then we can continue our talks with the tribes, and by the time anyone from Camelot decides to act, it'll be too late. Well, what's wrong with that? It's him or us. If we let him snoop around here any longer, he's going to uncover our plan to protect the South. And if that happens, trust me, you'll be going down with me. I don't see any way out of this that doesn't end in open war between Camelot and the tribes. Not to mention, half of my men will probably end up burned at the stake for treason or some other drummed-up charges. And I can't openly risk a coup. That would only make matters even more complicated. So, as you can see, you're the only one who can do this. The choice is yours. In theory, the Horns of the South should be on an equal footing with the Round Table. But that's just theory. In reality, they've been trying to suppress us. And the fact they're funding most of our operations, like building the new lighthouse, for instance, doesn't exactly help things. Yeah, it's that simple. Just flash that pin to his guards. They'll let you in without a problem. And now, excuse me, I have things to do before the matter is settled.
Stop right there. Who are you? And what do you want here? Very funny. You're lucky I have to answer. We're the personal guard of Sir Galahad the Pure, a knight of the Round Table. But you won't be meeting him until you tell us why you're here. You could also leave in peace. That's what I'd recommend. It's true that this pin obliges me to take you to the knight. But did you actually earn it? Or did you just pluck it from a corpse? Well, that's for Galahad to decide. Go. But bear in mind that Galahad is not a patient man. I only hope your cause is worth his time. Otherwise, we'll be carrying you out in a sack. The door is open. You'll find Galahad inside. Try not to make him angry.
No gość chyba nie jest kurwa za mądry.
I can hear you! Who goes there? It's shiny, sure, but you clearly have no idea what you're doing. Waving a round table pin in front of a knight of the round table? Not the smartest move. Normally, I throw you out for your arrogance and stupidity. But you're lucky. I've got a soft spot for boldness. And that pin has me curious. Where'd you get it? You mean you found Caradoc's tomb and robbed it? Interesting. And when exactly did this happen? Where did you last see him? I see. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So what do you want then? The one on the left was questioning my orders. For some reason, he thought his opinions were more important than obedience in the middle of a war. They are.
Gość jest kurwa
The one on
psychol.
the right decided Camelot wasn't paying enough, so he thought that was a good enough excuse to help himself to his comrades' pockets. It wasn't. Ask them. We're going to fight the Daurita. We're driving that rabble out of the All-Mother's temple. And when we head home, we'll put their heads on pikes at the gates of the Forlorn Swords. That way the rest of those barbarians will know Camelot is still watching over them. Even if we have to protect them from
Oni
themselves.
raczej kurwa za normalni to nie są.
Oh, so you don't know? One-Eye's a traitor. He's fooled the younger tribesmen with grand promises of uniting the tribes and marching north. The
Widać po samym
elders are
zachowaniu.
still loyal to us. They want no part.
Ała w łeb, idziemy dalej.
He's just a bandit, abandoned by his own people. When his village fell, no one came to help. And One-Eye, like the rat he is, ran. I'm just here to finish what I started. And when the elders see us take down One-Eye, we won't need to worry about those savages for another 600 years. The war's already here. It's been going on for a while. We're fighting each other in the west, and people are whispering about rebellion in the north. The last thing we need is united tribes. At the beginning, yes. But they're primitive. They don't respect order, and they never will. Arthur gave them the Forlorn Swords, a rich land where they could govern themselves. They were supposed to watch the giants deliver iron and chase after their cousins through the tunnels, or whatever it is that tickles their fancy. But no, that wasn't enough for them. I've always thought Avalon would be better without them. Arthur probably gathered them all in one place, hoping they'd kill each other. That didn't work, so we'll have to do this the hard way. I know what people say about me. They think I'm a madman who burns everything, a butcher who hangs the innocent. I've heard it all. But I believe that only decisive action gets results. There's no room for mercy when it comes to insubordination, deserters, or heretics. It's the only way to prevent the fall of Avalon. That's exactly why we need Camelot and the Horns of the South to be strong and united. You do know that the lighthouse of the Horns of the South works like a giant menhir, right? It's why we've ordered them to build another one to strengthen its power. As for how the Dalrita feel about the weirdness, I don't care. I'm here to protect our people, and those tribes are in the way. That was the plan. It's my job to keep those lazy fish-eaters in check. Camelotian gold flows to them, and I need to make sure they're doing something with it. But the Dalrita showing up, that made things more interesting. Their presence will bring down the South, and I don't let things fall apart on my watch. Denunciation, like loyalty, can be valuable. The key is knowing who deserves loyalty and who needs to be reported. I appreciate you telling me, but unfortunately, you haven't told me anything I didn't already suspect. Marvelous.
To już wiadomo, że gościa trzeba odjebać, bo to chyba psychol. I tak się też stanie.
Ask them. Marvelous.
Kurwa, no nie wpierdalaj mi się pod nogi cały czas.
Sneaks up on me. Your armor won't save you!
Much the same. He was a fierce warrior, determined to win at any cost. I watched him closely, and I found him too consumed by cruelty. That is why I chose Seawall and Palamedes as my closest confidants, not him. Yet this Galahad still seems devoted to Camelot and the old ways, and he remains just as fierce.
A raczej był. Tu już go nie ma. Zmienił miejsce zamieszkania. Siema retro, witam. Minecraft to kurwa gówno. To totalnie. Nie powoduje podpalenie. To sobie zostawię. Ten królewskiego rzeźnika. Mów rycerza. Nie potrzebuję. Po jednej rzeczy sobie tylko... Czekaj. Chyba Galahada, ale... Króla królewskiego rzeźnika. To sobie zostawię. Lekcji. Tak, żeby było. Dobra.
Could use some action.
Don't trust candies.
Będziemy kończyć chyba dzisiaj akcję. A raczej na pewno.
Oh, look who's here. How's the destiny of the South graced my humble abode? That's wonderful news. You have no idea what a favor you've done for the South. Now we'll finally be independent and safe. Because sometimes the best defense is a good offense. We were backed into a corner. You know, it was us or him. First off, he represented Camelot, and we're done with their influence. No more of their wars. Second, after the massacre of One Eye's tribe, his death was convenient for both of us. And when the tribes finally unite and come down from the mountains, there's a good chance he might leave us alone. He figured me out. He knew what I'd discovered, and he wanted to stop me. And trust me, what I found is going to change the South's history. Proof that Camelot is rotten to the core, and that allying with the tribes is the right choice. I didn't plan to tell you, but my one-eyed friend convinced me. Since you took down Galahad, you deserve to know. As a reward for your help, I'll share this secret with you. You don't have to if you don't want to. You're free to go. But I can tell you care about the fate of the South. And this is the greatest secret you could uncover. Here, take this seal. In the sunken village, you'll find the entrance to Sea
A jest tam
Crypt.
krypta Sewala, no wtedy nic się nie dało
Everyone
zrobić.
knows the story of how the evil druid sealed and flooded the place. It's true. Well, at least part of it. But the real story is why they sealed and flooded it. One Eye broke the old seals and replaced them with his own. If you want to see what Camelot was so desperate to hide, you'll find your answers there. They thought drowning a village would keep it secret. Behind the statue, you'll find where to use the seal. Once you do, you'll see that history is very different from what we've been telling ourselves. If that doesn't convince you that Camelot's foundations are more crap-coloured than tinged with ivory, then nothing will. I won't tell you anything more. I'd hate to spoil the surprise. I'll catch up with you later, and we'll talk. I'm sure you'll understand exactly what I mean.
I know this place. I remember it, although my memory is still clouded. I was here with Merlin. We had a disagreement about something important. It was here that the idea of how to end the war with the Four Dwellers first took shape. But what happened next is still unclear. I don't remember. And yet, I know it had something to do with Seawall, a place of his eternal rest. But something is wrong. It doesn't feel like a tomb. Be cautious.
are not him. You are different. The Dalriata promised me revenge. They understand what happened here. Everyone who comes here has the right to ask. I am Sewell Firstfoot, the one who scouted the land before the traitor Arthur set foot on it. I was loyal. I was devoted. Arthur wanted more. Arthur betrayed me. Yes, it is my legacy. The jewel of the South, the safe haven of honorable men. I've been here for so long, it doesn't matter anymore. I was the most loyal of Arthur's men. I was the first to go ashore and take on any danger that might arise in this new and unfamiliar land. Then came the war. I fought by his side, shielded him with my own body. I trusted him. But Arthur wanted more. Arthur longed to possess a power equal to that of our enemies. So Merlin decided our king must first become immortal. Only then could he achieve greatness. But Merlin needed volunteers. Trusted people to go first to make sure that his methods were effective. So we wouldn't risk Arthur's life in trying to grant him immortality. They thought I had died, so they buried me. Arthur's greed and Merlin's obsession made me what I am now. Arthur should have made sure. They thought I was dead, but I heard everything. I know there were others after me. I know that the king didn't hesitate to do anything to achieve his goal. He experimented on all the knights, abusing their oath. He told them it was for the greater good. Their lives, our lives, meant nothing to him. Arthur doomed his people to eternal suffering. Their names forgotten. Their loyalty abused. He sacrificed the lives of the noblest of men. And this is the greatest possible betrayal. We cannot be helped. We cannot be killed. The Dalriata promised to burn down Camelot, avenge the memory of all my brothers. Camelot was built on betrayal. People have the right to live in truth. When Camelot falls, we will finally be free. Build a new world. Let the dead leave this one. Avenge.
And? What do you think? Ah, they're just fools. Somebody made a stupid mistake in the past. Somebody else decided to cover it up. Somebody came up with traditions and stories to mask what was done. And for hundreds of years, fools were eating it up because the lies were easier to believe. Really, there's no point in invoking tradition any longer, because it's worth shit. The only thing that matters is safety and loyalty towards the one who can provide it. And honestly, I don't believe the ones running this entire circus will protect anyone but themselves. Well, now we found ourselves in what I'd probably call a clusterfuck. And somehow you unwittingly became the most important person in the region, because your decision will change how the entire situation unfolds. You see, my boys from the Horns of the South are split down the middle. Some will back me, but others won't, understand what I'm trying to do. The latter, like Feargas, are the traditionalists, and they know me a little bit too well. If I came to them with this revelation, they'd think it was a conspiracy. But if someone from the outside, someone Feargas trusts, steps in and convinces him, you see where I'm going with this. That's what I wanted to hear. I knew I could count on you. Go talk to Feargas, get him to visit this place. After you're done, please visit me in the temple. I just hope Feargas shows some sense and doesn't let his pride take over.
It was the most painful thing I heard. I didn't know. I had no idea this is what happened to him. There were other things that required my attention. We were losing the war. I was needed everywhere. I should have paid more attention to what Merlin was doing. I shouldn't have let go.
Coś mi się trochę nie podoba ten kapitan, ale jeszcze zobaczymy. Zapis zostawiłem przed rozmową z nim.
Oh, really? And here I thought the Horns of the South had no secrets left to hide from me. But go ahead. Surprise me. Have I ever mentioned I'm not a big fan of your sense of humor? Now, tell me what you really want, or walk away. In silence, preferably. This isn't funny. I'm no Galahad, burning people at the stake for heresy, but I don't appreciate this kind of behavior either. Still, judging by the look on your face, you actually believe you've stumbled onto something important. All right then. I'll go and check it out. See what's got you so worked up. It might even be nice to get out of here for a change. I saw what you wanted me to see. We need to talk. Honestly, I'm not sure what to think. Everything I believed has been seriously challenged. I need some time to get used to it. Why did you show this to me? Because it could be that I'd be better off not knowing. What they did to Seawall is unthinkable and absolutely unforgivable. What will the other keepers say? What will happen to the Horns of the South? And what about Camelot? Everything we believed was a lie. You're right. In the end, it doesn't matter what Camelot was back then. What matters is what we are now. And we did everything in our power to keep the South safe, and to keep our lighthouse on through every storm. But this will be the end of the Horns of the South. No young man will join our ranks when hundreds of years of our history are gurgling down the drain. Any ideas? It sounds better than the alternative. That we're a bunch of fools believing in children's fables of knightly honor, valor, and purity. And we'll have to give everyone some hope to cling to after the truth about Seawall comes out. All right. I assume Brandon put you up to this, so you can go and congratulate him. He won. I'll support this case, if only for the safety and well-being of our boys. I don't have to like it one bit, but I can try to make it easier for the garrison.
Zaraz wracam. Graj, graj.
Ah, you're back. So, what news do you bring? Did you talk to Feargas? Good. Just as I expected. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last truly loyal keeper. But he had to know the truth. I knew his honor wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the Horns. Nicely done. Now, I'll get One Eye, and together we'll go to the Horns with the good news. Not everyone will be happy about it, but that's for me to deal with. Those who don't support us will be released from their oath, and I'll ensure they're safe until they leave the South. After that, whatever they choose to do is up to them. Brothers, today marks a new chapter in the history of the Horns of the South. Today, we put an end to fear and poverty. I understand your pain. I know you feel helpless in the face of the looming terror of the weirdness. Camelot has abandoned us, brothers. For years, they've given us no aid. All they do is take our resources, send us to senseless slaughter, and keep us in the dark. Camelot doesn't see us as equals. They've forgotten Seawall Firstfoot's legacy and the promise King Arthur made to us. We were meant to stand as equals. We were meant to be just as powerful as them. And all this time, do you know what they've done to the founder of the Horns of the South? For over 600 years, Seawall has been alive, forgotten by King Arthur and all of Camelot. You don't have to take my word for it. Seawall's tomb is open. Go and see for yourselves. I say, enough. Enough of being fed a rotten myth that turned out to be one great lie. We swore loyalty to the torturers of one of the noblest knights to ever walk Avalon. I say, enough. We will no longer honor an oath made to dishonorable people. We won't let ourselves be exploited any longer. But, my brothers, I bring news. Galahad the Pure, the same Galahad who threatened to burn half our garrison at the stake, is dead. Galahad's death is our chance to break free from Camelot. Enough lies. No more risking everything for those who only know how to take. You're probably wondering, how can we protect the South on our own? How can we defend ourselves when Camelot comes to reclaim their slaves? Yes, that's what we are to them. I know the lockdown of the fortress surprised you, and for that, I truly apologize, but it was necessary to keep you from attacking our new allies, the Del Rita tribes, led by One Eye.
I know, my brothers, I know. This must be a shock, especially since I didn't share my plans with you earlier. But hear me out. Thanks to this alliance between the Horns of the South and the Dalriada tribes, we are securing the safety of the South and our independence from Camelot.
The tribes will provide us with the military support our depleted ranks desperately need. The tribes will help us rid the South of the bandits who've plagued our people for years. Together, we'll share knowledge and resources to ensure a better future for all Southerners.
We will not drain your resources. In fact, we'll replenish your armories and fill your pantries. We'll stand together, fighting side by side
Chyba był najlepszy
to bring
wybór.
peace and order back to the South. In return, all we ask is your loyalty. If you see a brother from the Dalriada fighting the Camelotian, stand with our brother. That's all.
Of course, if anyone isn't in favor of this alliance, you have the right to leave the service. I declare a new era for the Horns of the South. Those who don't wish to help build this future are released from their oaths. To those who choose to stay, I promise a good life, and you won't face any more threats. Now, brothers, return to your duties and rest easy. The Horns of the South will endure, and soon we'll be stronger than ever before. An honest matter. What do you need? Oh, normally that wouldn't be a problem. I'd have appointed you on the spot, but a tragic accident has happened, and without a living Galahad, there's nothing I can do. You could still help around the keep without becoming a keeper. The only way I can think of is conducting an ancient ritual, but it might be a bit risky. You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can prove yourself worthy, whatever that means. And one of those places, as you can probably guess, is nearby. Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain ritual. Only the people who passed the ritual could become keepers. Well, none of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what happens during the ritual. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. It's just safer that way. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep at its base. If you wake up, I mean, when you wake up again in the morning, you'll know you've been deemed worthy. Unfortunately, the gong is broken, so first you'll need to find a way to fix it, and since it's made of weird steel, that's not going to be easy, is it? Fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you. A little bird told me he likes to play with weird steel when nobody's looking. Just tell him I sent you, and he won't give you any trouble. Well, I'm not going to
Jeśli się
lie.
obudzę.
From what I've heard, many people never woke up. They fell into eternal slumber, so well, that's why we abandoned the tradition. And those who woke up were changed, and none of them ever wanted to say exactly what happened there. Then you'll have to find someone smarter than me, because I already told you everything I know.
Manko eliksir, witam. Bardzo mi się podobał.
And may the southern wind be in your favor. If you need anything from the old captain, you know where to find me.
Podoba mi się, panie kolego, i to bardzo.
Nice to have a break.
Riordan's back, and with the dowries, no
Zresztą
less.
YouTube dzisiaj nawala strasznie, bo cały czas dogrywa.
Move. Let's hope he knows what he's doing, or the keep's going to be in for one hell of a mess. Aye, I'm sorry to tell you, but this here piece is just a fancy trinket. You might as well ask me to hammer a piece of glass. I'm afraid I can't help you there, friend.
Tak myślałem, ale kupiłem.
What? A fake? Impossible. I would never knowingly sell a fake Arthurian relic. You must be mistaken. I acquired this relic from a trusted source. I assure you, perhaps your eye isn't discerning enough to appreciate its true value. I can assure you, my friend, that you are mistaken. Perhaps your blacksmith doesn't have as discerning an eye as I do. Well, you're clearly still new to the ways of relics. You must understand that once you've owned one, it's yours for good. It's like an unbreakable bond, and I'm afraid I couldn't sever it even if I wanted to. Besides, these relics are far too valuable to just return. Just think of the prestige and power it can bring you, my friend. Trust me, you won't regret keeping it.
Listen, friend, I'm just a humble trader trying to make a living. You can't expect me to offer refunds on goods that have already changed hands.
It's just not good for business, you know? Your purchase was a one-time deal. As far as I'm concerned, you got what you paid for. Besides, these ancient relics, they're one-of-a-kind items, and there are always going to be some naysayers out there. But let me make it up to you. I'll offer you a special deal on my other relics. Trust me, you won't regret it.
Pewnie bierzemy. Znowu szmelcu na kupie.
I am deeply offended. I assure you, my merchandise is one of the finest quality. Perhaps there was an honest mistake, but you could at least try to appreciate that I'm willing to make it right. I've been in this business for years, and I pride myself on my reputation for honesty and integrity.
No to ja to kupiłem wszystko już. Ach. Jedną rzecz jeszcze sprawdzę.
Hope nothing bad happens today.
Why would you want to fix it? Do you even know what it is?
Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that somebody tried to turn to dust, they must have had a good reason for it.
Well, if you put it that way, then I suppose I have to tell you the truth. Otherwise, the terror from the sea will bite me in the ass while I bathe.
Of course I can fix it. I've been doing this kind of thing since I could swing a hammer. It's a skill we pass down from master to apprentice, generation to generation. Nothing fancy, just good old blacksmithing. Obviously, though, you'd have to bring me a couple things so that I can actually do it. How did you, Oh, forget it. I don't even want to know. Just give me a moment.
Here, that should do it. Do whatever you need to if you're really sure about this. But please try to come back alive.
I have nothing to tell you. I could try to talk you out of it, but I'm guessing that wouldn't work.
Blessings upon you. Certainly. May Kai...
never to summon me again. Excalibur. Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me. It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him. Welcome, old friend. I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me. That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form. Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how. Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend. Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength. Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur. Thank you, my friend. And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the King's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself. And when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice.
O, będzie można Rudemu najebać. Teraz jak jestem strażnikiem. Mówił, że ma być strażnikiem, żeby go wyzwać na pojedynek. Teraz wpierdol dostanie.
Yes, it seems we knew each other well during the war. And this proves that I sought allies beyond our own forces. And I trusted him enough to carry the knowledge of Excalibur. This must count for something.
Please. Drag your nose to read a dog's back here? Oh, I'm not sticking around to see how that ends. Let someone else get their throat slit. Do you keep...
nice day.
Dwa znaki zapytania. A to co? Gdzie jest Rudy?
Still hanging around? You'll see that.
Kurde. Fasola zabiła.
Something.
O, co jest?
He was the hand that reached beyond. He was the hand. He was the hand that reached beyond knowing. The seeker who dared cross the boundary. I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command. I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants. He was the fire that forged order from chaos. He was the hand that lifted kingdoms, the will that carved a path through darkness.
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments, they're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive. Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for this.
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've gotten no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
A different way? that will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
Now, I remember. Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war, and wars aren't won with wishful thinking. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Only the weight of reality pressing down on our necks. Something had to be done, or everything we fought for would have been in vain. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward, who chose to pay the price, made it possible. And their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something that could really turn the tide in our favor. Justified? No. Justification is for those who have the luxury of doubt. And I had a kingdom to save. They were brave men who volunteered their lives, just as they did every time we rode onto the battlefield. The difference was that if Merlin succeeded, one man's sacrifice could have saved us all, could have ended the war before more blood was spilled. If sacrificing a few meant the survival of all, then there was no choice at all. Maybe they never saw justice. Maybe their real stories were erased from history. Call it cruelty. Call it madness. But if I'd done nothing, there would be no Avalon left to argue over. But the kingdom still stands. The people live. And that has to mean something. I did. But this wasn't about pride. It wasn't about saving face. It was about survival. The truth about all this would have broken my people. I couldn't allow that. And a king doesn't get to flinch. If that meant carrying the weight alone, so be it. I would make that choice again if I had to. I told him to stop the experiments on our men, but to keep going. And he did. He started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them, wasn't that their own doing? Wasn't that fair? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield. I told him to conquer the weirdness. And in the end, he did. He found a way to make me stronger. Stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older. A force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped. The banners were raised. And the kingdom stood safe. That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Seawall. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. Told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did.
You've got that look again, like you've seen something you wish you hadn't. Another piece of the king's soul reclaimed, right? What did it show you this time? Merlin. Ah, Merlin and his obsession with the weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win. I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea, immortality. Me and Seawall, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster. Fight back. Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break, or you're left to clean up their mess. That's what I do. What I've always done. Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win. And desperation doesn't leave room for conscience. Every scream, every scar. Even if he didn't see it, he allowed it. That's as good as approving it. Seawall was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky, but to say that would take a truly macabre sense of humor, don't you think? The monsters, the weirdness, the chaos. All of it leads back to them. We're left in the ruins of their grand plans, trying to uphold their ideals, fighting for what never was. It's time to bury all these fairy tales in a well-deserved grave. And that's what I do. Of course he'd say that. There's always a scapegoat and a convenient excuse for men like him. But it doesn't absolve him. Not when he was the one who unleashed this madness on all of us. He wanted victory, no matter the cost. And when you want something that badly, you stop looking too closely at what's being done in your name. And, after all, who said we were supposed to win this war? Who said we were supposed to survive? You've seen what they did, what he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Put him back together, if that's what it takes. And then we, or I alone, if you decide to defy me, can end the cycle. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens. But know this. Once he's whole, Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to stand with you or step over you. The choice is yours. Just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both of you. Start. You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The menhir there is failing, the weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest, a voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his legacy from what they had coming. Find the shield, and then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
To już wszystko na tamtej mapie. To i tyle. To są jeszcze takie symbole miecza, muszę sprawdzić. Teraz co się będzie działo.
It was supposed to be a reminder. The sword was never just steel. It was a symbol of what we stood for. Strength, justice, the will to carve a path forward. A weapon, yes, but also a promise. I wanted them to remember, to fight for those ideals, to uphold them, even when I was gone, even when there was no king left to lead them. Merlin saw Avalon for what it was long before the rest of us. He told me that Tintagel wouldn't hold, not forever. That the weirdness would gnaw at our walls, at our minds, at our very bones, until nothing human remained. But he still fought to map a way forward, to carve some sense into this land. And in the end, the land swallowed him whole anyway. We were losing the battle at Tuathan's mouth, our last push before the weirdness took the field. Merlin was with us, bleeding, exhausted, but still weaving his spells. Then it came. Not a beast, not a man, not something we ever had words for. A shadow, wearing 1,000 torn banners, moving like it had no shape of its own. Merlin raised his staff, spoke a name I didn't recognize. And then he was gone. Not killed, not struck down, just gone. Like the land itself had taken him back.
O, to co?
Trust isn't a luxury we have right now. We understand enough, you know. They can fight, they're quick to learn the land, and they're just as desperate to survive as we are. And they don't really have a choice. Their enemies are our enemies now. If they turn on us, they'll still have to face Camelot's anger. And they stand a better chance with us than without. Self-preservation's a stronger glue than any oath or banner. We'll figure out the rest later. Or we won't. But at least we'll know the outcome because we'll still be alive. Then I'll do what I've always done. Adapt. Compromise. Survive. Then they'll be free to leave the keep and die stubborn. But I've seen enough to know this. When the enemy's knocking at the gates, old grudges turn to dust. Survival makes allies out of everyone. Eventually. Well, dead men tell no tales, But maybe, just maybe, it was also about breaking this damn cycle of mistrust and division. We can't afford to keep splitting the world into us and them. That road always leads to the grave. See what's happened already? Camelot's fractured into political factions, waging a war against itself. Just like the tribes they claim to be superior to. Everyone's at each other's throats. It's as if they didn't realize that the weirdness won't wait until they come to their senses before it bites them on the ass. All I can tell you right now is that we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I have my suspicions, but Fergus isn't blind. He's just loyal to a world that's already dead. He'll either see the truth, or he'll break himself trying to cling to the ashes. But that's his choice, not mine. It means they lose a damn good man. But if his loyalty to old ideals runs deeper than his loyalty to the fight ahead, then maybe it's for the best. You actually went through with it, huh? Can't say I understand why anyone would willingly take on that mess, but if that's what you want, who am I to argue? Now, as tradition dictates, you have to kneel and I have to recite some words. In shadows and mud we slog. In burden and boredom we suffer. We guard the clueless, fix the hopeless, and carry the weight because nobody bloody else will. We're the lantern running out of oil, the lighthouse no one bothers to look at, the rope that snaps when you need it most, the hands that shield, mostly from our own bad decisions. By this joke of tradition, you are bound. By this nonsense, you are trapped. There, you're a keeper now. You can pick up your meals from Ruark at 6 AM. We start training at 7 AM. You sleep in the barracks. I'm joking. I know you won't stay here, but if you're up for some work, let me know. While we've been bickering about politics and playing at diplomacy, the bandits and every other kind of scum have been crawling out of the woodwork. Turns out chaos is a great breeding ground for parasites. I'd greatly appreciate it if you helped clean them out so we can get back the terrain we've lost.
Didn't expect to see you. Guess you're too stubborn to stay away. Oh, keeper now, huh? All that means is that I can beat you legally and enjoy every second of it. You refugee-loving fool! Thinking you belong here? You'll know better than the trash you defend. Look at you, preaching justice with blood on your hands. You talk big, but all you know is violence. You didn't beat me. You just proved we're cut from the same cloth. Go on, take your hollow win. This place is rotting, and you're part of the decay. What? Here to gloat? You got what you wanted. Stay safe out there.
Jakie kurwa wiosło.
Regret this.
Ryzykarze tu robią porządek.
What's that? Stay focused. Your gold belongs to us now. Who goes there?
O, to był punkt szybkiej podróży. Go? Musiałem przeoczyć. Dobra, gdzieś tu jeszcze... Tam jest.
Huh?
Please, stay... Oh, I see you. Do you keep...
Huh. Sly bastard. No one else could have pulled off something like that. You won't hear me complaining, that's for sure. Brandon finally broke the decades-old crust that had grown over this place. Nothing thrives in stagnation, least of all trade. Now, this place might finally get a bit livelier. Personally, I can't wait to see where this goes.
Zaszkicowanie, o. No widzisz. Dlaczego ja tego wcześniej nie zauważyłem? Nie zauważyłem, tylko przymotałem i nie kupiłem. A, jeszcze śmieci by wszystko. Ciekawe, jakbym tamtej powiedział, że Rudemona zmieni, czy nie?
I'm sorry.
Ah.
Żeby kupić to trzeba pieniędzy, widzę. To na razie nie.
I wonder if any of those southern wimps would be up to spar. I might even try to go easy on them. See you around again.
One Eye has led us to the Southerners' home, and now we're... So be it. If such an... We'll see what... Go.
Ha! Look at this. One Eye's got the camel. I'd much rather have fought a lot of them, but...
My boy. Like we have a future. I still don't trust that snaky a captain, and now the South is ours. Well, that depends on them. I'm not going to tiptoe around them. We'll have to stay.
Ciekawe, czy ten jednooki teraz tu. Może jakoś... Nie no, szkoda.
If nothing happens soon, I'll start it myself.
Muszę sprawdzić jeszcze te symbole miecza. Wiem, że 2 albo 3 takie były. Poza jak ten Excalibur podniosłem. Teraz coś tam da zrobić, ale to za chwilę. Ja idę coś zjeść, bo głodny jestem. Już jestem? Muszę sprawdzić teraz te symbole. To tak, gdzie one kurde były? Kapliczka rogatego boga. Nie wiem, czy tutaj gdzieś nie było tego. Kapliczka druid. Na pewno tutaj jest, to na 100%. Tak, gdzie z takimi 3 druidami też był. Było gdzieś tutaj. Kapliczka druidów. Nie wiem, czy to były 2 czy 3. Więc najpierw podejdę tutaj. To jest kapliczka. O proszę. Tu pewnie Excalibur trzeba było wyciągnąć. Głowiec Serensylo. Tylko ciekawe ile tutaj... Wiem, że 2 są na pewno. Wiem, że te 2 są na pewno. Ja nie wiem, czy tu więcej nie spotkałem w tej lokacji. Muszę na necie sprawdzić. Bo 2 wiem na 100%. Ta i właśnie ta druga. Lancelot.
My hands were made to serve the king, not rot in idleness. This emptiness. I cannot bear it. I threw myself into nothing, and nothing is what I became. Nothing without my king. Nothing without my blade. No, no, no. Don't speak that name. It's a traitor's name, hateful and vile. Let it be cursed. Let it be forgotten. I died a traitor's death, trampled and torn apart. Fitting. So very fitting. I thought that would be enough. But I failed him in life. How could one measly death be my absolution? I couldn't. I can't. I clawed my way out of the abyss, but came back empty-handed. Arthur? No. No, please. He cannot see me like this. He mustn't be made to look at me. My blade. My erendite. It remained behind. In the abyss. Deep in the weirdness. I cannot face my king without it. My sword belongs to him, as do I. But without it, I am nothing. I cannot kneel before him and offer him nothing. Lancelot.
To dwuręczny.
Lancelot the brave. Lancelot the loyal. Lancelot the fool.
Prawda, na necie te lokacje. Do tego nie pominam sobie. Dobrze mówię, że tylko dwa są? Znaczy, tylko dwie lokacje są? Mieczem. No jedna jest tutaj. Ja to dobrze mówiłem. Tutaj są tylko dwie lokacje.
Erendite. Oh, how I long to hold it again. Just the weight of it in my hand makes me feel almost whole again. Like I might be worthy. Like maybe not everything was lost. No. I know. I feel that he's with you. But there's nothing I could say to him. I won't beg forgiveness for my betrayal. I don't even know what I fear more. His mercy or his scorn. Please, as his closest confidant, take my blade. And I beg you, let me serve you and Arthur on your journey. Let me prove my devotion, my remorse, not with words, but with deeds. Let me earn his trust again. This is all I ask.
O. To sesik Lancelota. Większe obrażenia o 30. O kurwa. To dobre tu jest. To 100 punktów mamy kosztuje. Płaszcza on nie miał. To, co ja mam na sobie, jest lepsze. Że zwiększa te obrażenia, ale... Chciałbym sobie jedną rzecz sprawdzić. Większe obrażenia, tylko ogólnie, czy też jak się spełni to wymaganie poniżej 20% życia, jak się ma obrażenia 250%. 121. To by pasowało trochę ulepszyć dla Lancelota. No to obrażę. O!
Your Majesty, it's an honor to have you among us again. Thank you for helping me find my way back to your knight. I regret not doing a better job of guarding him. I'm a Pict. I can sense the wordness and the spirits within it. I knew you weren't alone when I saw you emerge. The soul you carry, however weak it may appear, is deeply connected to the wordness and to Avalon itself. Souls like that are rare. Besides, only the one who wields the power of Excalibur within could open this tomb, and that is rarer still. My name is Fionnuala. I am here on behalf of the Royal Geographers. I was sent to do, well, quite a lot of work, actually. And as useful as it would be, the wordness never blessed me with an extra set of hands. Say, traveler, how would you feel about joining the oldest, most prestigious guild in Avalon? Good, because you've already started. You found what was lost and opened a new path. What better way to prove yourself as a true geographer in the making? Yet you use our maps, don't you? Our work is vital, but often unseen. For centuries, we've roamed this island, charting its every corner and noting the dangers that unsuspecting travelers might face.
Znaczy no, pod dwuręczną to zajebiste, ale ja będę grał pod jednoręczną starczą. Ale ulepszę sobie tą zbroję, bo chuj obrażeń ona zwiększa. Znaczy w chuj do obrażeń dodaje, nie?
Avalon's nature is ever shifting, ever changing. The wordness transforms not only
I tu jeszcze jedno miejsce zostało. Będziemy ją troszeczkę ulepszyć tą zbroję. Żeby lepszy armor miała i będzie zajebista. A płaszcz i tak mi regeneruje prawie 40 tej, no jak to się nazywa? No, staminy. Wytrzymałości, to jak zwa.
With the fog thickening, we can reach places that have become inaccessible to most. Everything. Our most important mission is preservation of Avalon and the pillars it was built on. We were sworn to protect the tombs of the first knights, but they were lost to us. There were rumors that the tombs were sealed.
Będziemy widzieć. Na razie póki co to dała w chuj boosta, bo miałem 250% do obrażeń na tej wcześniejszej, a jak ją założyłem, to skoczyło chyba na 320.
I appreciate your eagerness, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Zostało zbadanie tamtego grobowca i można opuszczać ten akt.
hidden and sealed, waiting for the one who can call the knights back. Let your soul guide you. Find them, and I will find you. What is King Arthur without his faithful knights?
Tylko szkoda, że żadnego płaszcza nie ma do tego setu Lancelota. Ale nie ma to nie ma. Są inne.
And he thrives by theirs. And Avalon's foundations only grow stronger because of it. Sir Lancelot carries centuries of grief, and only serving his king once more can ease it.
To akurat ja mam, wiesz, po 10 we wszystko wszedłem.
Go well, traveler. There are more souls still
Także to nie ma problemu, bo ja tu przeekspiłem dość konkretnie. Ale płaszcz kapłanki jest chujowy. On regeneruje manę. Mi jest potrzebna regeneracja kondycji. Po co mi na woju regeneracja many? Nie ma sensu. Dlatego ja wolę ten. O, turniejowy, bo zwiększa regenerację kondycji o 39. I szanse na krytyka o 5. To badziewie, to co? Regeneruje 1% many. Bez sensu. To jest jeszcze zwiększa otrzymywane leczenie. To też nie. Podpala. Podpalanie pobliskich wrogów to ja mam w runce tutaj. Podpala przeciwników, którzy trafią się bezpośrednio w starczym miejscu na relik. Ja tam jeszcze wsadziłem, że obrażenia podpalonym są zwiększone o 20%. A może nie zatwierdziłem. Widzisz? Czekaj, zaraz to ogarnę. Bo może tak być, że ja nie zatwierdziłem. Mogę, no. Ale ja nie gram, wiesz, z widoku trzeciej osoby, to mi to obojętne. No, ten chociaż czerwony i tak pasuje tam. Musimy zrobić tak. Nie wiem właśnie dlaczego to w tym płaszczu.
Idle hands make dull warrior.
I tutaj sobie... Chyba, że nie da się tego tak przenieść, no ale robimy w ten sposób. Lancelota damy sobie na pierwszy strzał, tutaj damy sobie tego. Dobra, to troszkę ulepszymy. Mam 60 000 złota. Co ja tu trzymam? Dajemy to. Ja zajebałem tego Garlanda, bo gość jest psycholem. Gość jest pierdolnięty, tego zatupem. Palił wszystko, co się kurwa rusza. W ogóle jego podejście do sprawy mi nie odpowiadało w ogóle. Także go zatupłem tam elegancko. Dostał toporkiem w łeb. Tyle i po gadce było. No to mogę trzymać. A widzisz. A ja tak bardziej... On wiesz... To wszystkich zabijać, wybijać, palić, kurwa, no taki jebnięty gość. to ja powiedziałem, nie, kolego, kurwa, to nie tędy droga, nie? Wyrwałem chwasta.
Oh, Lancelot. It was painful to watch what became of him.
Znaczy, ja nie wiem, czy złe zrobiłeś, bo ja tu pierwszy raz w to gram, ale tak wiesz... No nie wiem, według mnie to był chyba dobry wybór, ale zobaczymy, co będzie dalej.
Confident, steadfast, eloquent. Nothing like the tormented soul you've seen.
W każdym razie według mnie Galahad był psycholem.
By the people and by his fellow knights. He had quite the following, though he never seemed to care for it. Only later did I realize how wrong I had been. He was also much sought after, left a trail of broken hearts wherever he went. But there was only one he ever held in his heart, and that was Avalon.
prostu chłopina się chyba pogubił sobie. Ja zaraz ci pokażę, czekaj. Bo ja to wczoraj komuś to pokazywałem właśnie. Odkryłem fajną miejscówkę, gdzie masz 2000 expa za ubicie mobka. 2700. Tylko to podczas tego, no, jak to się w nocy nazywa? Kurwa, wyleciało mi z głowy. Podczas dziwu, nie? Robisz. Zaraz ci pokażę gdzie.
Avalon was just as strong. But it wasn't. I don't know when or how that trust was lost. And to this day,
I tam expiłem i nabijałem level.
But know this. Even in betrayal,
I to dość szybko się rozbije.
never sought to serve
Znaczy to
himself.
dość szybko, jak szybko, ale
He was a good man.
według mnie szybko. Jak na pierwszą mapę, no to za nic więcej expa nie dostałem za żadnego innego moba. I on się respi cały czas. No, to zaraz ci pokażę gdzie.
I forgave him long ago. What saddens me.
To czekaj, poprzekładam sobie te rzeczy tutaj do zbroi tej.
But I understand why. The rebellion he led hurt not only me. It wounded all of Avalon.
Aha, bo ja to do tarczy wsadziłem. To, że podpaleni mają, otrzymują większe obrażenia. Dobra. Ja to w tarczy mam wsadzone. To nie w płaszczu. Dobra, dobra. Okay. Zaraz to ogarniemy. Muszę powyciągać, no bo będę jednak tej zbroi teraz używał, bo tu damage jest zajebisty. Okej, relikty. To pasuje mi relikty powyciągać. Tu mam maksymalne punkty życia, maksymalne kondycji. Powyciągać. Przywraca 10 za zabicie. Się zmniejsza zużycie kondycji. Regeneracja kondycji, mnożnik. Bardzo fajne klejnoty. Praktycznie nie odczuwasz tego spadku kondycji. Znaczy, szczególnie z tą zbroją. Zobaczymy, jak będzie z Lancelota. Butów nic nie wsadzałem. Dobra. To tak. Robimy w takim razie. Czekaj, zwiększamy sobie żyćko i kondycję. Zwiększę maksymalną kondycję, zwiększę maksymalne punkty życia. Punkty kondycji. No to ładnie. Tak, tu wsadzamy regenerację żyćka po zabójstwie. I co sobie tu co? Zwiększa maksymalne punkty many. Ja to można wsadzić, ale to do butów wsadzę. Regeneruje się. Ale mi niepotrzebne. Tu wsadzimy sobie. Mnożnik regeneracji kondycji. I wsadzimy w takim razie też regenerację kondycji na razie i będziemy tą manę. Zwiększę maksymalne punkty many o 5%. Dlaczego nie? Regenerację... Kurwa, nie wychodź. Regenerację kondycji. Tak, bo czekaj, ja w tarczę wsadziłem to, że ataki nakładają podpalenie, chociaż ja mam tak to w płaszczu. No i nakłada teraz efekt podpalenia i zwiększa obrażenia o 20%, jeżeli przeciwnik jest podpalony. To, że ja mam też to w płaszczu, że jak ktoś mnie uderzy, to zostaje podpalony. Jest ten płaszcz. Może w zbroi. O, podpala przeciwnika, którzy trafiają cię w bezpośrednim starciu. To takie coś masz. Mam tym klejnocikiem dodatkowe 20. Nie bój się. Klejnot. Ulepszymy sobie trochę może tych konsolów. Wiesz. A tak, 4000. I plus 5 może na razie ulepszymy. Tak, nie było tak. Ale to niezłe. Mam sporo rudy wydobytej, to na razie, że to robimy. Później trochę sprzedajemy, tak żeby wszystko te buty też, żeby były na plus 5. Nie stykło. Zaraz ci pokażę ten spocik. Gdzie ja, panie kolego, ten level wbiłem. Tak, no, nie ma, też czytałem, no to jest dla mnie bardzo ważne, żeby sobie expić. I tak, śpisz do północy, nie? No bo dziw się o północy włącza. Idziesz tutaj. Do tej kapliczki, starodawna jaskinia. Tam jest ogr. Podczas dziwu 2700 expa za niego dostajesz. O, na hita poszedł. 1900? A może dlatego, że już mam taki wysoki level, albo to nie jest jeszcze ten przemieniony, ale przemieniony. Czekaj, bo ja dostawałem za niego po 2700, ale już mam może za wysoki level. I dlatego dostaję mniej. W każdym bądź razie tutaj jest najlepsze miejsce do expienia, nie? I odpalasz sobie ognisko. Potrzymasz sobie. On się tam respi. Możesz sobie rudę wydobywać. I idziesz mu najebać. No 1900, no. Czyli wiesz, po prostu ja już mam za wysoki level, bo jak mniejszy miałem, to dostawałem po 1700 za niego. Znaczy po 2700. No ja to tak przez przypadek odkryłem, wiesz? Bo tak chodziłem trochę po mapach, gdzie był. Sprawdzałem, bo takie kościotróbki się też pojawiają w nocy, gdzie możesz kupić ziarna fasoli dla tego gościa w zamku. Wiesz gdzie, nie? Czekaj, to jak tu jestem? One są tutaj. Taka chatka jest, o. I one się też pojawiają tylko podczas dziwu. No to nie jest tutaj. Tutaj. O. I od nich możesz kupić ziarna fasoli dla tego gościa w tej twierdzy, co daje Questline. I też tylko podczas dziwu się pojawiają, gdzie nich tu nie ma. Od nich możesz kupić. No i tak to wygląda. Dobra, to jeszcze jedna kapliczka mi została. Tak chodziłem, poważnie sprawdzałem, czy coś tu się nie zmienia na tych mapach. Jak widać, to się trochę zmienia. Podczas tego dziwu. Nabicie tu właśnie szybko. No, ja mam teraz 45, no to tam na pewno za 3 godziny będziesz musiał poświęcić na to, nie? Żeby sobie levelować. No ale... warto. Dobra, czekaj, idziemy teraz ten... Jeszcze jeden symbol miecza. On był gdzieś tutaj, gdzie ta iglica. Kapliczka druidów. Tutaj gdzieś był ten symbol miecza. Na tej mapie są dwa. Tam. Odpowiedni azymut wybrać. Mabyn? Jaki mabyn? Co za mabyn? Dlaczego mi się na tym pojawiła jakaś mabyn? Co to jest mabyn? Dziwne. Dlaczego? O, są po... Dziwne to było. Tutaj jeszcze gdzieś był ten symbol druidów. Gdzieś tutaj był ten symbol miecza. Okay. Królowa pszczół? Gdzie, na pierwszej mapie? Nie kojarzę. Tu jest ten symbol miecza. Gdzie królowa pszczół tutaj jest? Bo nie znalazłem takiej. Toporek jest zajebisty. Toporek jest za tego gościa, co tu przy tym... Do tego bandytę, herszta bandytów czy kogoś. Czeka niedźwiedzia. Tam co to przejście jest, nie? Już do następnej lokacji. To jest... Będzie. Boczny. Przy moście albo tam dalej. Słuchaj, nie kojarzę tej królowej pszczół. Nie pamiętasz, gdzie to było? Chyba nic takiego nie robiłem. Czekaj, sprawdzę na necie. Z ciekawości, bo może robiłem. Tam parasetni kromlechu na lewo.
Kolarka do głowy Philips.
Okej. Teraz zobaczę, czy ja to robiłem, czy nie. Jakby wszędzie łaziłem. Gdzie ona by to była? Który to jest? A to ja z nią gadałem. Tam przy moście, ale... A czekaj, to tutaj się jeszcze jakaś pojawia. Nie, tam... Nie, to tego nie robiłem. Muszę tam pójść, później zobaczyć. To z tym gościem gadałem. Ale... Tam chyba żadnego questa nie dawał. Jeszcze raz z nim pogadam. Graty. Jakieś zużycie te... Nie, jednak Lancelot pochłania sporo, widzę, kondycji. Lancelot sporo kondycji, poczekaj. Raz. 6. Tak 7 strzałów. To zrobi. Raz. 11, 12. Dlatego pod kondycję to jest zajebisty set, ale Lancelot znowuż pod obrażenia, nie? Nadrawia obrażenia. Na tamtym secie to w ogóle nie odczuwasz spadku tej kondycji, jak walczysz. To jeszcze dobry damage. Przez jakie walki. No to są te właśnie kapliczki z symbolem mieczy. Dwie są te kapliczki, nie? Jak się Excalibura weźmie, to możesz to aktywować. I tutaj pamiętałem, że jest drugi, nie? No i na tej mapie już chyba więcej nie ma, nie pamiętam. Dwie te kapliczki tylko pamiętam. Też jest dobry, no. Ale tak jak mówię, przy takim damage'u to już... Co jeszcze to wiesz, jak w płaszczu to szybka regeneracja kondycji plus te kamienie, także to... Ona się bardzo szybko regeneruje, widzisz, to praktycznie moment, nie? Także... Jest problem. No jak chcę wszystko zamknąć na tej mapie, albo słuchaj, można się z drugiej mapy wrócić na pierwszą, czy już nie? No patrz, na hita szedł. Już jest dobre pierdolnięcie. Tak, tu daje obrażenia. Obrażenia w walce wręcz. 366. Miałem chyba 250. O, jeszcze zakrwawiony plus 1 do odnawiania żyćka. ...250, a 366 to już, kurwa, to jest ponad 100, no 116% dodatkowego buffa. Mam ten, no, co daje golda za zabicie, ale ja na craftingu zarabiam pieniądze. Bo poszedłem, panie kolego, w praktyczność, czyli 10 do praktyczności. Tu ci daje za każdy punkt 10% do sprzedaży, czyli masz 100%. I poszedłem tutaj do... O, dodatkowe masz 50%, czyli masz 150% dodatkowego złota za sprzedawane itemy. Jak cały czas zbierasz rudę, to sobie miecze robisz, te, które są warte, bo na razie tylko te mogę robić. Tam chyba 150 za sprzedaż, nie? I za samą rudę żelaza się je robi. Także tylko te miecze robię i sprzedaję i na tym kasa jest. A później na drugiej mapie pewnie będzie... Robiłem rycerzy i sprzedaję. No, też można pewnie. Ale przy okazji sobie kowalstwo nabijasz, nie? Jak tworzyć itemki. Coś miałem mówić. Słuchaj, można się z drugiej mapy cofnąć na pierwszą, czy już nie? Bo ponoć tam jest kolejny akt i już chyba nie można się wracać. Tak na necie wyczytałem, bo mnie to ciekawiło, czy można... Właśnie z kolejnej mapy, czy można się wrócić tutaj do tej. Coś tam pisało, że może... Bo to kurwa to AI całe. Tak za dużo tych wiadomości na temat tej gry też nie mam. Tam niby było napisane, że nie można się z jednego aktu do drugiego. Dlatego pytam. Nie wiem, chyba można. No bo jesteś na drugiej mapie, to nie sprawdzałeś? Ja na pewno będę sprawdzał, ale póki co chcę porobić co jest. I zostawię sobie, wiesz, zawsze jakiś zapis, zanim wejdę na drugą mapę, nie? Próbuję się wrócić, jak się uda to spoko, jak nie, to można się przenosić między mapami. No to spoko.
Step forward. After all, you know me well. Take off your mask now. It's your home. Welcome, little prince. Why the sullen look? Aren't you glad to see me? You finally made it here. It must have taken quite a long time. So, you don't remember me. I'm afraid it might have something to do with the form in which I see you now. This body and soul, they're much different from what I expected. But to answer your question, I am the Weaver. And though it may be hard for you to believe, a part of you knows me all too well. Because it is easier for me to address you this way than to accept that, for now, you are nothing more than a human. It is painful, but I must come to terms with it.
Coś tam sobie tka.
It is a place where my prince was woven from the threads of pure potential. The Pale Lady was relentless in her desire to fulfill her vision of an offspring, modeled after those she watched so eagerly. It displeases me that you don't remember. I'd envisioned your return and our meeting quite differently. But now it all makes sense. Now I understand why you need that shard. Nothing remarkable. I simply exist in this place. That you ended up here is a mere coincidence. None of my kind have visited me in a long time. Yet here, I used to weave new Avalonians, shaping them according to the intent and thought that accompanied their creation. Now the thread of potential is much weaker.
Nie, to tkacz.
Though it seems this place stirs to life again as the weirdness
Ale może
returns.
faktycznie pora mieszkaniec, no. Kto wie.
She was a powerful Avalonian, one of the oldest. She saw and desired far more than the rest of her kin, who were suffocating in their growing decadence. To live a life where one can do anything, it loses all meaning. When she discovered the homelands and learned of mortality and time, everything changed. We were no longer the same. It was as though the mere awareness of such things altered the way we lived. We could no longer exist as we once had. It planted a new emotion in us. Fear. You will find traces of her here as well. The stone tablets bear her mark. I'm afraid I must admit that I don't know where she is now. It seems she retreated into her depths again after your king entered his eternal sleep. The true one, from which mortals are not meant to be awakened. Not like this. The shard of the prince's memory. It is shattered. Much like the fragmented memory of the king that lingers within you. I'd gladly speak with him.
A, w tym miejscu, co wam ci pokazywałem, tego ogra do ubicia. Tam jeszcze na górę można pójść, tam jest jeszcze taki krytoszczur. Tam w skrzyni, nie pamiętam, jakiś chyba dobry łuk był zakopany, albo jakiś topór dwuręczny, już nie pamiętam.
I don't know all the details. What I do know is that after our prince was murdered by our kin,
Pokażę ci, jak tam dojść.
what you humans might call his soul did not perish.
Ja to w każdą dziurę muszę zaglądać. Nawet za tekstury dzisiaj wyszedłem, łaziłem tam całkiem poza mapą.
That person was Arthur, the man who would one day become your king. He followed his mother's fascination. Much like her, he gazed upon the land of men. But he wished to go further. He wanted to experience being human. So he built the
Tak, no, na górze taki kretoszczur, w takiej jaskini. Tam po skałach trzeba wskoczyć do niego.
The four dwellers, such a vision was both heretical and terrifying. Some of our kin could not forgive him for it. So, they killed him. It was the first time an Avalonian had ever slain one of their own.
Byłeś tam?
Arthur was a man, mortal like any other, but ambitious like few. But yes, his origins are far more complicated. This is a tale of two separate realities that, through a series of specific events, began to intersect, forming a single knot. Everything that has happened, and everything that will happen, is meant to decide the fate of that knot. And we, as you likely already know, have been
Nie
pulled
pamiętasz
into
szczura?
all of this.
Może tam nie byłeś.
Our meeting comes
Ja
to
ci
an
pokażę
end.
gdzie.
I regret how brief it is, but my role in your story was always meant to be insignificant.
Coś dostałem od niego? Dał mi coś w ogóle? Pizza. Też dwuręczny. Każdy. Trafienie nakłada krwawienie, każdy zamach daje ci obrażenie. A, nic specjalnego. Ładne obrażenia. Niezbyt praktyczne. I chyba też, czekaj. A, dał mi punkt tutaj do tego. Zaraz ci pokażę, o co mi chodziło, wiesz, z tym szczurem i pójdę, bo to tutaj była ta... Tak? Paczka droidów? No tutaj. Widzisz, bo tam, o... Widać takie wejście, nie? I tak akurat jak wszędzie się rozgląda, bo... Ten mod jest fajny, co pokazuje rzeczy, które może zbierać. I tam widziałem, że jest właśnie woda do zebrania i te laleczki, co tam patrzą. I tam był chyba jakiś topór dwuręczny. I tędy tam się... Kurwa, czekaj. Miało tam skoczyć. No kurwa, zawsze mi się udawało za pierwszym razem, a teraz nie. O. Tu jest ten kretoszczur, nie? Tutaj jest skrzynia i w tej skrzyni jakiś tam topór chyba był, czy co? Jakieś groby też są. Może jakiś easter egg albo coś, ale nie mogę go skojarzyć z niczym. Muszę powiedzieć. Trzeba wykopać tą skrzynię. Nie pamiętam, co w niej było. Wiem, że chyba jakiś topór dwuręczny. Topór albo łuk. Muszę sobie sprawdzić. Muszę pamiętać. Ja tak właśnie lubię w każdą dziurę zaglądać. Czekaj, czyli tak, ja się muszę dostać. Gdzie ja się muszę dostać? Tam się muszę dostać. Okay. Pliczka droidów. Tutaj jest ten gość. Stoi przy moście. No pewnie, to przecież biega za mną cały czas. Zależy co zeżre, to się zmienia. Ty, a to tu są pszczoły jakieś, faktycznie. Zaproszenie królowej pszczół.
An invitation. The Queen. Her word. The highest law. I am a servant.
O, widzisz? A to fajnie, to nie wiedziałem o tym zaproszeniu. Pewnie nie zwracałem uwagi na te pszczoły, ale te skrzyni też tu nie otwierałem. Dziwo. O kurde. A widzisz? Ja tam kiedyś popłynąłem, chodziłem po tych skałach. Mi się uruchamiała tutaj jakby taka muzyczka do walki i się zastanawiałem, co to jest. A do niej nie dotarłem. Droga przez skały. No, a ja tam biegałem, bo tak po prostu, wiesz, pobiegłem sobie pozwiedzać. Tak łaziłem i tam mi się muzyczka włączała z walką. Tak się zastanawiałem, co to jest. I tam biegałem, tylko że w tą stronę nie pobiegłem, tylko pobiegłem tutaj w tą. A tam już nie szedłem. Gdybym poszedł w tą stronę, to pewnie bym ją znalazł. Tego zaproszenia nawet. Tylko, że raczej wtedy by ze mną walczyła, co mi się wydaje. Bo taka muzyczka do walki się tam włączała i mnie to zastanawiało. Myślałem, że to jakiś bóg, nie? Jak widać, nie. A wiesz co? Tego mostu tu wcześniej chyba też nie było. Pewnie, że nie było. Dwójki. Jest tu do chuja różnych rzeczy poukrywanych. Zajebiste. Z kim pogadać? Tam przy moście jest tamto? No bo już nie ma tego chłopka. Nie pójdę, kto to był w tej masce.
My name is Brock, from Brockmiala. My name is... No, no, no! What have I done? I knew I should have never spoken to you. I suspected it would draw her gaze upon you. I beg you, forgive me. All is wrong. All is swelling. You hear it too, don't you? You hear the clamour? The ceaseless buzzing! Buzz! Buzz! Her entourage's stingers are long and sharp. You must resist her influence for as long as you can. That is all that can be done. Oh, so her emissaries have not stunk you. And you say they invited you to Brockmere? Then perhaps there is still hope to save the village. What has been done cannot be undone, but my settlement, maybe it can finally be free. If you truly intend to answer the invitation, remember this. The Bee Queen must be slain. Here, I kept a second set for a special occasion. I hope it proves useful to you. Of course. Go ahead. Choose something. I hope your protective beads were...
No, czasami się przydaje taka przerwa.
You, here. She is there. You will take the... Every queen needs a consort. Consort, you. Brockmere. Home. Life. Life needs a home. We want to live.
No to pewnie, że tak.
Brock, consort, traitor. Brock refused. The queen.
No to widać, że nas przez ten dziw odmieniono.
My knight, protector, you are here. I have waited so long for you. This is my home. I need someone to bridge the gap between my home and the world. Someone to care for us. Our protector. There is one who betrayed me. Brock. Once he was my consort, my chosen, my protector.
Ona jest zniszczona
He was
przez
mine.
dziw.
I entrusted him with the hive, with me, and he fled, left me, abandoned his queen. Such betrayal is unforgivable. It weakens us, weakens me. Find him and silence his song. Do this, and I shall reward you. The hive shall reward you. Now go, end this discord. I have expressed my will,
No
protector.
mówię, że ona jest zmieniona
You
przez
must
dziw.
fulfill it, or perish. We shall see about that.
No niestety nie była dobra. Zresztą to w ogóle widać po tej miejscówce, że coś tu jest naprawdę nie tak. Jest ten dziw jebany. A, to na cholernie.
You, she is the queen.
Nie, kurwa. A, to można i tędy się... Ja, ciekawe, bym tam jeszcze raz poszedł. Tak mi się wydaje. Wszystko co znalazłem, wiesz? Tutaj o tej królowej nie wiedziałem, ale to... pewnie z tymi pszczołami nie wiedziałem, że trzeba je zabijać czy coś, albo może nie wszystkie zabiłem? Chuj wie, bo na pewno byłem, nie? Raczej tych pszczół nie zauważyłem. Tak to wszystko inne co znalazłem, to zrobiłem. Medaliony też wszystkie wyzbierałem, tych rycerzy. Zaniosłem tam do kwatermistrza. To co było, to robiłem. Sporo tego było w sumie. Resztę to już można na drugiej mapie. Lekcja łańcuchowa, to jeszcze tu dokończyć. No co, to temu się dostarcza, to jest chyba nieskończone. To można cały czas mu przynosić. To trofea z bandytów. A tak to wszystko inne porobiłem.
You're here again. And that means the troubles didn't stink you. Do you need anything? Just as I thought. The buzzing has ceased. For the first time in years, I hear nothing. It's quiet. Such peace. I'd hope to see you again. This is a great day. I thank you, liberator of Brockmere. I thank you deeply. I kept something for such an occasion. Please, you should take it. A well-earned reward. Well, I suppose I'll continue my travels, offering my services wherever they're needed. There is much foul magic in this world, and the weirdness takes many forms. I hope I shall cross paths
No,
with
to
somebody
było
I can
dziwo.
help.
Nawet
In the meantime,
widać było.
be well, my friend.
O, ładny miecz. Trafienie w cel zatruwa go. No i to już na następną mapę trzeba. To mogłem, to wszystko porobiłem. Gdzie się dało, to byłem. Będzie na tyle. Jeszcze może jakby tutaj gdzieś do rogu popłynął. Może jakaś wyspa tam jest. Chuj wie. No to już by trzeba było sprawdzać. Jest też 6 level, jak biłem na pierwszym. Tego to ci nie powiem, bo nie wiem. Ja bym tu sobie zostawię jak coś. No ja go zajebałem, bo mi się to po prostu zły człowiek był. To był chwast, a chwasty trzeba wyrywać. Także go wyrwałem. Ja widzisz, faktycznie tu można wracać się do poprzednich lokacji. Tu coś ja chujowo w necie wyczytałem, że nie można. Duża ta lokacja? Będzie co tu? O, będzie. Znaczy, tak może wielkością podobna do tamtej. Ale będziemy tutaj zwiedzać. To jest fajne, że można jednak się przemieszczać między tymi lokacjami. Tam mnie wprowadzili w błąd. O, czat mi zniknął wszystko. Coś dzisiaj YouTube nawala. Ja za chwilę też już będę kończył na dzisiaj. Trochę siedzę. Coś mocno przyciemnione. Trochę jak z Half-Life'a te takie. No dosłownie jak z Half-Life'a. Nawet wyciągnięte. Tylko, że tam były zielone, chyba z tego co pamiętam. Kurwa, zniknął mi YouTube. Nie mam podglądu w ogóle, nie. To dzisiaj się odpierdala na tym YouTubie. Nie mam podglądu. Nic. Będziemy tutaj bez czatu, bez poglądu, bez niczego. Zresztą i tak już miałem kończyć. Patrzcie. To znikało. W zbroi mam lifesteala. Pokazywałem ci te runki, jak przykładałem. O. Zakrwawiona muszla. Po każdym zabiciu przywraca 10, nie? Mam 2 wsadzone i 3 gdzieś tam znalazłem wcześniej. To też sobie dołożę. Czekaj. O, jest 3, nie? Tu też ją wsadzę. Także będzie 30 żyćka przewracało po każdym zabójstwie. Będzie git. Dobra, ja kończę na dzisiaj, także trzymajcie się i do jutra. Pa, pa.